I've got my design drawn on my container, and the next part of this process is the best part. So all of you that have made it to this part are going to love the next part. We're going to cut the design out. I'm going to talk briefly about my design and how all the materials here work and what we're going to do to achieve that. Here is my design. It's a very simple modern design. This cutout here, or these diagonal lines, are actually supposed to be this Leopardwood that you see in front of us. That is the lid liner, and the Bandsaw box gets cut away here to expose that liner, and the liner supports this cantilever top. Now, I have to make the top a little thinner still. This is probably like 3/4 of an inch in my drawing, and on my top it's more like an inch, so I got to plane that down a little bit. And the process will go in two parts. The top and bottom will be cut apart and surfaced to the final shapes, and the lid liner and bottom and top will get fitted and glued in. And so the leather's really tricky because I got to mask it off when I glue the lid liner in so I don't get glue on the leather. But having said that, once the shape's cut, it's all sanded, the next step will be fitting this lid liner into here. So shaping the bottom, that's going to get cut on the bandsaw next in two parts. A profile cut here to create this shape, and then a taper on the faces. The faces are going to be tapered. This part is going to be cut on the miter saw and the table saw. So these angles are going to be cut on my sliding miter saw, and I'm going to cut these bevels on my table saw, and that's how I'm going to achieve this design. Now, one quick thing about this design, it's original, and to get this, to transfer this to here, you have to make sure you keep the proportion of the design the same. So when I originally drew this on here, I drew it all the way out to the end, and that made this space really big and stretched it out and made it look funny. So that's something any designer and furniture that has to kind of work through when you're transferring a design from paper that has no scale on it to an actual full-size product. That there are ways to sketch and scale, but just something to think about. And I like where my proportions are, and I think everything's going to go great. So we're going to cut the lid liner next, and we're going to cut the shape out on the bandsaw next. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.